Hi guys and welcome back. We are well into November now, and with these few days since Inktober, I have had some time to go through my video recordings and gather some of my thoughts. So today I'd like to talk about how Inktober was for me, why I selected to do a series of landscapes, and what I learned at the end of 31 landscapes. Last year I followed Jake Parker's official prompt list, which was super fun. I realized that sticking to one theme or a pre-made list is a great way to keep up with the challenge, as it leaves no room for uncertainty. Last year I finished the challenge successfully, but years before that were hard. I ended up wasting a lot of time just thinking what I wanted to draw each day. Also, sticking to one theme lets you explore the same subject in a variety of ways, giving you a chance to experiment with different techniques. I wanted to improve my landscape inking techniques, which is why I use this challenge to draw a new landscape each day. My first landscape was quite honestly a little bit of a mess. I didn't plan the drawing very well, and I ended up with a very confusing piece with no clear distinction between the foreground, middle ground, and the background. It was also a little hard to distinguish between the different textures, like the bushes, the ground, and the thick grass. So for the pieces after that, I started to plan a little better and learned to edit the photo references to make the composition a little more clear. Let's talk a little bit more about the references. That obviously played a big part in my drawings. I spent a lot of time looking for references, especially because I wanted to avoid the same type of landscape over and over again. I wanted to include variety, like forests, mountains, beaches, snow, everything. Give myself a chance to experiment and explore. So looking for the right reference took a lot of time. After the first few landscapes, I learned that looking for references to ink versus looking for a reference to do a color study or a landscape painting in color is very different. It was a challenge for me to not rely on color, and to train my mind to think of a landscape drawing in pen and ink was hard. But over the course of 31 drawings, I started to get a little bit more comfortable not using color. A big part of planning my drawings beforehand, which I quickly learned after my first drawing, was editing the reference picture. I did not copy the reference as is. I made alterations to the composition and edited out a few things to make it work and to not make the drawing look too busy, and balance out the space to create a clear focal point. Since I was doing landscapes, I had a lot of repetition within the drawing, and by that I mean I had to draw the same tree over and over again, or a bunch of repetitive bushes. Initially, I really missed doing it digitally, because if it was the same drawing, I would probably have used copy and paste a lot, which is a very efficient way of doing it. But obviously, while inking, I did not have that option. I was starting to lose my patience, but over the course of 31 drawings, I learned to be more patient, and I also developed my own techniques to tackle that repetition and my frustration. Not having the option of Control Z was really terrifying in the beginning. So if I messed up, I had to find a way to make it work. This really helped me to be more mindful of my planning. And eventually, it just came more naturally to me. And since I was doing a drawing each day, I did not have the time to start over and do a new drawing if I messed it up too bad. I just learned from my mistakes and moved on to the next drawing. Now, this one might seem obvious, but doing 31 landscapes improved my landscape inking skills. I learned something new with each drawing. I developed my own techniques, and at the end, I achieved my goal to get better at inking landscapes. I'm at least better than what I was before these 31 landscapes. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me draw. If you want to see my Inktober Sketchbook tour, I have left a link to it in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!